like the bad guy view archery shot, or the deer view shot. You know, whatever you want to call it. Maybe the don't want to be on the other end of that guy shot. Yeah, something like that. In any case, considering the fact that, get you guys set down here, considering the fact that it is getting close to archery season, if it is not already archery season in your neck of the woods, thought I would do another shooting review, I guess, of my Shakespeare Ocala Recurve. And I know I'm going to hear it from some of you purists out there about doing that. I've done it for years, haven't had a problem. But I know you shouldn't. Alright. So I got this bow at a, it's a, not a pawn shop, an antique shop. About an hour and a half from where I live. My dad had actually seen it, I don't know, around springtime, somewhere in there. And so I bought, I'm sorry, no, it was late fall last year. It was right around this time last year. You saw it in a shop, didn't have a string or anything on it. It was just a bow, that's it. I ended up paying $45 for it. It's a Shakespeare, it's an Ocala CX17 series, which they did. Not sure what years all they did them. They started, I think, in like 1962. They had a few different bows, and they were all named after 1962, when they went from, it's like a 100 series, 200 series, 300 series, I believe, something like that. And then they got a Ernie Root, I believe was his name. He started coming in and doing some of the design work on their bows. When that came in, it was like a year or two after that. I believe in 1962 they changed them to an X series bow, which was, there was X17 and an X26 series. This one is an X17. Let's see if we can get you a shot of that. It's the X17 Ocala. And they made another one, which, as near as I can tell, is the more popular model, I guess, because through searching on eBay and everything, they were called, I think they're Acadia or Nacita. It was a national forest. It's the same thing with the Yukon here, or the Ocala. That was named after Ocala National Forest, and they had a Yukon, it was a national forest, and there had a couple more of them in there too. But they're a great bow, as long as you know what you're looking for, which I found out now what I'm looking for a little bit better. I went in and saw the price tag, and I knew my dad had a Shakespeare, and it was a Nacita or Acadia, whatever the heck you want to call it. That was what I learned to shoot on, was that bow. But in any case, I saw that and it was $45, so I bought it. And you gotta make sure when you're looking, make sure it's not chewed up too bad. Alright, this one's in pretty good condition. You can see somebody went through and put probably sights, and then they refilled them. You can see on both sides. Who knows what year and how long they did it, how long ago they did it, I don't know. But they filled in, they're filled in nice. It's not the most attractive, but the big thing is the emblem's still there. I like that emblem. But still got the feather rest on it and a backing pad. I don't know if these have ever been replaced or not. I don't know. It was like that when I got it. So, you want to make sure that your tips are in good condition. All right, that's important. You want to make sure those are in good condition. They're not broken. You want to make sure the limb looks laminated. It's not coming apart. That is very important. because these are two pieces. This is your main bow right here, right through here, and then these limbs is your riser. Forgot the name of it for a minute there. And then your limbs right here are feathered onto that, and then they're glued together. Alright? So you want to make sure none of that stuff is delaminated. Make sure the wood's in decent shape. If it looks okay and it's not peeling and it's not cracked and it's not delaminated, you should be okay. Should be. If it's got a string on it, make sure you pull it back a little bit and make sure you don't hear any cracking or creaking or anything else. The other thing you want to check for, which I didn't check for, and luckily I got pretty lucky, is you want to see if the bow's got a twist to it. Now if you look at the end of this, you can see that that's pretty straight. But if you look at the other end of this, you can see that it is not straight. See, if you look, there's a little groove. Let me show you on this end. If you look, there's a little groove in there, right here. Right there it is. There's a little groove. Hard to do this backwards. Little groove right here that the string's supposed to ride on. This guy, I tried to straighten it out and it didn't work. I got it pretty good, but it's twisted. But it's not. It shoots fine, and it's not coming off when I shoot it. So it seems to be okay. I'm good with it, and it shoots fine. This bow is shooting about 52 pounds. It is a 55 pound according to here, because they always, all the recurves, they all have numbers on them. See, 55 pound serial number, and it's a 60 inch. This bow, I had it tested when I got it, and to get everything strung up, because it didn't have a string on it or silencers or anything. It was at 52 pounds at this guy's draw length. I'm not sure what his draw length is, but I think I'm shooting closer to 54 with this. So meantime, I'm using a little bit of a mixed bag of arrows. These are some Cabela's. They're Carbon Stalker Extremes. They are the 400 series at 8.4 grains per inch, and I'm using 125 grain. It's a combo point, and you can't shoot a recurve without shooting feathers. And these got the 3-inch rounds, and they're just got a little bit of a twist to it. They're more of a straight. Also, I've got these, which I really like, but couldn't afford any more of them. These things are really cool. These got the 5-inch shield cut on them. They are Gold Tips Expedition Hunters. And these are same thing, they're 400 series. These got 150 grain tip on them. These work really good. But this one's got a different, this has got the helico on it. You can see. And if I can ever get any footage, you can see that the arrow twists in flight. It's supposed to help stabilize the arrow. Alright? Kind of like football type of thing, or shooting a bullet, that type of thing. So, one of the reasons why you have to shoot an arrow with feathers on it in a recurve is because of this. If you look, because you're basically doing this on a shelf, okay? It has to have, these arrows are forgiving. See how they bend? You have to have that. You can't have the plastic veins on there because they don't bend like this. And what happens is when it comes off the bow, it'll kick up like that because you have to have the fletchings to give it the forgiveness to go over the shelf. Otherwise, you'll get it doing that action, and that's no good for nobody. Or this action, or this action, because it's going to be going up against your riser too. So now, see if I can show you how much these things flex, the actual limbs themselves, which I haven't seen this either. So I know they flex quite a bit, more than what you think. It's pretty surprising. So I'm gonna shoot a couple more. Get you in frame here. Take a shot. Maybe we can get a slow-mo of this. I don't want to get them too close to the camera. I'll break the damn camera. A couple warm-up shots. I'm not gonna do that. That's bad juju to point this thing at the camera. Seems to be working, even with a really twisted limb. Seems to be shooting just fine. So in closing thoughts, don't shy away from used bows. At least used recurves. You just gotta know a little bit of what you're looking for. They don't have to be pretty, but they can function just fine. I'll take a pop bottle hit. Not a great shot, but I'll take it. There you go. You guys have a good evening. Shoot your archery. Go shooting anything. Doesn't really matter. Just go shoot something. It's fun. It's relaxing. Guys, have a nice night. Good luck if you're a hunter.